The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, increased its examination fee per candidate from 13,950 to 18,000 naira for this 2022 coming up. Many have, according to them, the increase became necessary because of the rising costs of examination, the examination body is incurring in conducting its examinations. Now, what are your thoughts on this? Of course, many people have criticized this move and saying that it is totally wrong for them to increase it. I think it's about 25% increase, and it's wrong for them to increase it that much at this time. What are your thoughts on this?
While I understand that they have incurred a lot of costs, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic and rising inflation that we have, I think we need to be sensitive to the plight of parents who have children who are taking these examinations. Everything is increasing right now. Everything practically, bread or yam or gari or rice or anything, everything, just name it, is increasing. And it's a lot of burden on the average worker, the average Nigerian. I think this is the time that individuals, this is an appeal to individuals that have their CSR in their corporations to, find a way to help cushion the effects for the normal people who are writing these exams.
I mean, we keep going through the cycle. Yeah. It happens in power, it happens in electricity. What are your thoughts on this?
Do not increase it. That's what I have to say. Don't increase it. Go back to the 13. Even the 13 is high. I don't think the Nigerian child or the Nigerian parents can afford that right now. Especially, as you mentioned, with the increasing cost in everything, this should not be one of it. I mean, especially when we're talking about JAM. What is JAM doing that they're actually sending money back to the government? They're saving money. Let's look to JAM. What are they doing? A lot of this is 2 or 3 years in the making of returning money to government, to the point that we're reducing the cost of JAM forms. So let's look at that, please. Okay. We cannot constantly, especially when it comes to education, and then that subsidy that we keep struggling about and talking about.
Can we deploy it?
Stop the subsidy. Put it towards education. Nigerian children should not be paying so much money to buy forms to write exams.
Right. So just like Mariam has said, there are creative ways of doing this, because the truth is that prices are increasing. Even the person printing out the papers for the examinations, prices are higher. So maybe a better way, I mean, I'll come to you, Tokwe, is because I know that Lagos State, for example, I think either they subsidize or pay for it or something, I'm not sure, but I know that Lagos State does pay for some of these forms for certain people who apply. So certain governments can actually have a situation whereby those who cannot afford it can therefore prove that they can afford it and apply and get a certain amount. But those middle class that can afford it should be able to pay this amount, because we're saying that education anywhere is expensive. Nigerians are consistently adverse to any form of increase. Yes, because we know that we don't have money. But whether you like it or not, something has to increase, because the abroad that we all run to, education is not cheap there. Somebody will say, oh, well, they have a good standard of living. And I'll say it was based on the payment we will have made that increased their standard of living. So we have to give to take. But however, I understand that the indigents cannot afford this. Therefore, government should come in and step in to find a middle ground. What do you agree?
I was going to propose solution to on ways we can go about it. I strongly feel that the basic WAEC is like everybody, when you finish that WAEC, you're at least supposed to be able to profess solutions to the society, able to solve the problems within our society. And we know that we're still endemically poor. So my solution would be that the government should provide free, the WAEC should be heavily subsidized, but for your first exam, so that we are filtering, we get the best, you prepare.
We'll go, yeah.
This is the best of your only opportunity to do this WAEC free.
Okay.
Jude, if you pass, you go. It's not perpetually free for everybody that is writing it 5, 6 times.
Okay. But the major problem is not 13,000 naira 50 increased to 18,000. But the major problem is this. In Nigeria, we have an over-privatization and over-commercialization of education. My daughter wrote WAEC this 2021. She did not pay 13,000 naira 50. She paid 35,000 naira. So that is actually the problem, not 13,000 naira 50 increased to 18,000. Nigeria education has been over-privatized and over-commercialized. So you cannot have government come in to subsidize WAEC fees when even the private schools that have taken over the whole education, secondary education in Nigeria. They are charging for sitting in the, the seats you use. They charge for the hall, exam hall. Some schools even charge for settling invigilators and supervisors.
Yeah.
That is the major problem we have. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think that's more with private schools. Because public schools would dare not go past what, go past what WAEC is offering.
No, this is WAEC.
I'm just saying that the 35,000 for the we're hearing is private school, and that's not with the people issue. When it comes to WAEC and stuff, this kind of examinations, we raise an alarm. But when SAT says I've increased my salary from $100 to $500, families are going to find out here setting money. Yes, or the GMAT, they will find that funding to write those exams. I'm just telling you that you have to, wait, I'm saying this is an exam you have to write to enter university. For US, it's SAT. For, you know, UK, what's the one they write, the A-levels or O-levels they write for UK. The point I'm trying to make is that they increase their prices. So WAEC also is West African. But when we have that increase, we complain. But if it's a foreign company or foreign country that increases, we'll just tax all the family members and their grandparents to pay that money.